Ah, okay. How's that?
Yep, I'm hearing a double.
Okay. I don't... Yes, okay. So what it does is it decides to reset because I've been trying to work out this voice mod thing, and it seems to for some reason, even though I've told the computer do not default to that, it goes,
So of course it does.
F you, I'm gonna default to that. Anyway, it's all good as long as you can hear me and you can. That's good. Hello, hi chat room. All right. We'll get started. Let me roll the intro. Hopefully, what do I need to do? I need to do something when I do the intro. Anyway, let me know if you can hear it double, because then I think I've got to hit something in the chat. Anyway, it's gonna be one of those shows. Khrys, it's gonna be one of those shows. It's okay. We got this.
It's been one of those days, so why not?
It's been one of those years. Alright, let's get rolling on 3, 2, 1.
Whatever it is you enjoy about World of Warcraft, we have a challenge for you.
Adventure.
This is the WoW Challenges podcast. And here's your host, Leeta.
Hello and welcome to the WoW Challenges podcast. I'm your host, Leeta. This is episode 358 on Saturday, April 27, 2024. Or, if you're here in Aussie land, like I am, it is Sunday the 28th. Oh my goodness, how are we at the end of April? This is crazy. We have got, very excited, I have got, hang on, I've got to, I'm going to think, I have got Khrys.
She's over there somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, I moved everyone around, because I was like, I've got certain things that I wanted to do. So, Khrys is joining me today. Ferre is joining us, but in a non-live stream capacity. So she is here, and I think she is in the chat room. So sending out a little shout out to Ferre. She has got some thoughts that we will go through because she was joining us this week. Tech and just some tech issues, that's all. So yeah, so she's not going to be, you're not going to hear her beautiful voice, but we have got thoughts that we will read from her, and she is in the chat room. So any extra thoughts, Khrys and I will be reading from them anyway. So Ferre, it's all good, we got you. Okay, so but Khrys and Ferre, hang on, I've got to get my fingers right. Wrong hand, Leeta. There we go. How's that? No. I'm trying to do things backwards. It's no good. Anyway, thank you both. Thank you both for joining us today. Hi, chat room. We've got Ferre, we've got Khrys, we've got Gulp Biggers here. Parroton's here. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate that. It's lovely that you give some of your time to come hang out with Khrys and I. So that's fantastic. We do greatly appreciate that. And lucky that you guys are here, because it's been a bit in production. Blizzard has caused a few issues for us over the past few months, correct, Khrys? Is that probably the most polite way
Just one or two.
that we can say it? Is that what is the road? What do they call it? The roadway.
Hell? Sorry.
Highway. That's a highway. With them putting out the what's coming. You know, I can't think of what it's called, but you know where they've done, this is what's happening. Yeah. This is what's happening, this, etc. So, so we've been trying to work out when was the best time, and we had this planned for back in, I'm going to say February, but at the very last minute, both Khrys and I got very sick. And we had to cancel the show, yes. And everything happened. So we're really happy to let you guys know that we are dropping the contest to honor Tiber today. Okay? So before I get into it, and I'm probably going to have to just jump across and manually send it out, because every time I've tried to do it automatically, it's not worked, and I've dropped it early, and it's just been a bit of a headache. So I'm going to do that in a minute. But what I wanted to let you know about, and then Khrys can go into what the contest is while I'm dropping the actual contest onto the website and the banner, etc. So it's all a bit of a we've got to do this. But we are dropping a Pacifist Contest. Now, for Dragonflight, I wanted to let you know that Tiber actually had 5 max level pacifists in Dragonflight, which, again, he loved his pacifists. He was very much like Ferre. It was something that he loved to do. He, as much as he could, supported and had a huge commitment to playing with doing the challenges, etc. He did love his pacifists. And I think from memory, Peaceable had been around for a couple of expansions, so that was his very first pacifist that he had leveled. And Peaceable was a Tauren paladin. He was the first one that he'd leveled for Dragonflight. I'm pretty sure also for Shadowlands. He also had leveled a Night Elf rogue called Peacenik. He had leveled a Night Elf rogue called Sink, a Gnome rogue called Sneaky, and his very last tune that got to max, which was, gonna try not to cry, that was right before he passed away, was a Tauren druid called Lantana. So, on that, we'd had the contest for 5 last year, which was obviously specifically Night Elf. That was the big thing that 5 was. So for this one, and even though Tiber played both Horde and Alliance, when I first met him, he was Horde. So it seemed fitting that we drop this contest. It's Horde, it's Tauren, and wrong side, Leeta. And here's the banner. Alright, and as I said, this is in honor and tribute to Tiber. Okay? So, I'm going to go and drop the stuff on the website. Khrys, if you can take away and let everyone know of all the contest information, please. So, bear with me. I'm here, but I'm just going to go and do the bits and pieces that need to be done. Okay?
Okay, guys. So, this contest, obviously, we had to go with the naming convention of Tiber, is Tauren, aka, and I'm gonna butcher this because how do you say the second word, Leeta?
It's I did put the pronunciation. It's Taur-ahe. 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 Taur-ahe.
Since Khrys does not have that kind of talent, we're gonna go Tauren, aka Tauren, when I say it. And it starts right now. Well, as soon as she drops it.
Yeah.
So, contest will go from today through May 11th, 2024. It will be a pacifist-only challenge. It will be, start time is as soon as she drops it, and we will end 7 p.m.-ish Eastern time on May 11th. So, during our show starts at next week, so you're going to want to make sure that you log out before the show starts on the 11th. It is a pacifist solo challenge. Please see the pacifist rules. We'll link them for you in chat, or you can find the information on wowchallenges.com. The race is only Tauren. Classes, all classes are allowed except for Death Knights, so no DKs. All specs are allowed. All professions are allowed. Level, you can add your character anywhere from level 10 to 20, but you must have reached level 10 after the contest starts. You need to opt in for the contest by clicking the opt-in box. Very important. The region is US and EU regions. The prices are subject to change, but first place is 60-day game card. Second place are 2 pets from the Blizzard shop online. Third place is 1 pet from the Blizzard shop online. Our tiebreaker will be the milestone level reached first. So level 10, level 20, level 30, etc. Email addresses must be given in order to win the contest prizes, and all emails are purged once all prizes are distributed. The final prize allocations and all contest rules will be determined by Leeta and myself. But again, it starts as soon as she drops it, and it will end on May 11th around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Dropped. So the banner is up on the website, which if you go to the homepage, there is a enter contest straight on the big banner on the front page. The banners scroll, so it's still got the banner. So the first banner will be the contest, then it goes Iron Man, Bloodthirsty, Pacifist, and that rotates. But on the very first one, which is the contest, there is a button, I've specifically put it, that's right in the middle of the screen that will click that and take you to the link that I've just put down, which is the contest page. That also gives you the standing, but there's also an add toon button there, or you can do it via the pacifist. Now, if there's any hiccups, please let us know. In Discord is probably the easiest thing. Zaya is aware of the contest, so if there's any little hiccups, however, he has got no power at the moment, so he just sent me through a message earlier, and he's coping with no power at the moment. So I think we can all feel for him. It's a horrible feeling when there is no power. Some people can get very zen, but I know I would probably slightly stress. But anyway, he said he's okay. He just might not make the show. So and you know, I said to him, all good. Like, we just, as long as they're safe and all of that, which I'm guessing they probably are. It's just, you know, these things happen with power. So so that's the main thing. So certainly it's dropped. Go forth, make your go make your Tauren. So again, Tauren only. You can choose any class except Death Knights, then they're not part of it. So if you want to go and make yourself a paladin, if you want to go and make yourself a druid, if you want to make yourself a rogue, whatever you want to do, we're giving you free range, because I know with Taur and hang on, wrong hand. If you have a look at the banner, these are Tiber's tunes. So on the left, that's Lantana, and on the right, that's Peaceable. Okay, so so as I said, this is tribute to him. We do miss him very much, and he was a huge supporter of everything that we did, and I think he would be tickled pink. So but I've got some more to go on that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So one of the things that I Stir, good. Hey, look, because Ferre's not on voice, I think there is a, here we go, thank you. She was calling you out and throwing you a challenge to make a rogue Tauren. Stir, yeah.
Invisible.
I second that. Khrys, are you thirding that?
Oh, heck yeah, motion carries.
Motion carried. Stir. There we go. Anyway, welcome. So yeah, so the contest is dropped. So have fun. So we did have some tips from Ferre as to the best way to start your passy. We have talked to Ferre many times over the years about pacifist things to do. You know, all of those things. So there is a lot of information if you want to look back at podcasts that we've done, chats that we've had with Ferre. She is the pacifist queen for a reason. She loves her pacifists. There is, you know, she has so much information about how to get started. We know that Blizzard constantly loves to change things on us. Constantly. And things that we've got coming up, that world events, you know, we've got all of those kinds of things. Quest changes that happen within the game are a constant, and things that we need to be aware of, etc. But starting a pacifist is, you know, you've just start off slow. is probably the best way. If you've never played a pacifist, my suggestion, don't go gung-ho. Just tread warily until you get the feel for it, because there is a particular feel for it, because you're not killing anything. You're right. Did you sneeze?
Yeah, it's like, is that a critter? Oh my god, go away, critter, go away!
It becomes, the first time I tried, and Khrys, you could probably state your own experience. The first time I tried pacifist, because I will admit, I did go pacifist. why would you not want to kill anything? It's just such a foreign concept. And Ferre brought me in, and it's probably one of my most favourite things to do, challenge-wise, is to play a pacifist. It is, once I got into the groove for it, it was so zen and so chill. Yes, there are times when you're like, oh my god. But it felt very comfortable, and I will be the first to admit that Ferre was right. 100%. Love a pacifist. Absolutely. So yes, I have fully been converted. Khrys, what were you like when you played your first pacifist tune called Pacifist?
Oh my god, yeah, because so my very first pacifist maxed out at 120. So I 1,000,000% equate playing pacifist with this raw gut, scared, panicky little pit in the bottom of my stomach that, you know, somebody's gonna do something around me that is, you know, I still have this horrible memory, and I have a horrible memory of P playing an iron and someone chain pulling near him.
Yep.
And he was in the troll village in Hinterlands, Subwatha, I think it is. That like many layered troll city. Yep. And he pulled close enough that P died on the other side of a wall. And it was so ingrained in me that that's my feeling when I'm on my passy, because it's not me I'm super worried about, it's everybody else around me. But it is addictive. It is so fun. It is, to me, the absolute best challenge, because I played I do remember it, P. You know, I played a Tauren druid in Kata, who I thought, let me see if I can just level doing nothing but mining and weeding. And that's how I leveled her.
Yep.
She turned into a PvP tune, but, you know, that's something else. But, you know, it was, can I do this? Which was like before I ever knew what a challenge tune was.
Yep.
And so I have always absolutely loved that way of doing things. You know, like I have a tune named Archaeologist now who does nothing but level through archaeology.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. You know, Pacifist I absolutely adore it, and I think Tyber would just be absolutely thrilled at our tribute to him and got such a kick out of it that Tauren, aka Tauren, is Tyber, aka Tiber.
Exactly. There was no way we could not call the contest something akin to something aka, because we all know that was Tiber's call every single time. It was Tiber, aka, and Stone did it the best, and I didn't even think about capturing that and just being like having that, because he would always do it with that Tiber, aka, and then that deep kind of guttural of Tiber. You know,
Tiber.
It was fantastic. Mrs. Rock Guru, thank you very much for the sub 55 months. Wow, thank you. And Khrys, sorry, I forgot to mention yours again.
Woman, I did it before we even went live.
I know, and it was like one of the first things. 68 months for you. My God, we have known each other quite some time.
How old is dirt?
Exactly. Thank you very much for the subs. It is greatly appreciated. All of that contributes to paying for the website. So thank you. So yeah. So let's get back to about the Passy.
Super fast. MRG Passy contest in honor of Tiber. Go.
Right here, website is up. All the information is under contests on the website. Actually, I didn't think about doing this. Here we go. There's the link. So again, it is a basic, it's Tauren only. Anything other than Death Knights for class. Race is Tauren. Passy, we're allowing all professions, any, what is it, specs. So just go have fun with it. That is the main thing. Yes, Pacifist Contest, exactly. It was, I think he'd be extremely happy. And as we said, he had 5 max level passies. That's all he leveled in Dragonflight. So he hadn't leveled his. I'm pretty sure he had a iron and a working man. Not sure if he lost them, but he had leveled all his passies in Dragonflight, which is again an awesome achievement. So the 2 cows are his. Lantana is the girl. She's a druid. And Peaceable, that one, is his first ever pacifist toon that got to max level over multiple expansions. And that was a paladin. So if that gives you some inspiration, go forth, have fun. I have not decided what I'm going to do yet. We might chat about that in a bit, but first, do you want to read Ferre's thoughts on tips? We called this How to Passy Tips from Ferre.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is from Miss Ferre. We asked her what's the best way to start your passy. And she said, well, specifically for Taurens, you need to get out of the starting zone since the quest chain involves killing things. I just take the road out of town and kind of jump down a small cliff into mobs, but I didn't see any safer option. Just keep running, weapon was unequipped, and no spells on the action bars to start with. Let me just add to what Ferre's saying really quick. I have made a few Taurens in my time. Okay, a lot. There's actually a path out of the starting zone.
There is now.
If you go all the way to the north and follow it around, there's a path down the back side of the mountain. It's a little hill that goes down, so you don't actually have to jump out of the starting area. You can just take a tour down that path. No, Ferre, literally, my first ever toon ever in this game in vanilla was a Tauren. So, I gotcha. So be sure to set your hearth at Bloodhoof Village, which is the second area. You don't want to do that little trip again. Do what you can at Bloodhoof Village and head for Thunderbluff. If you have a flight path toy, I'm not quite sure when to use it when playing on the Horde side. The exploration experience would be nice, but I'm really unfamiliar with how safe the roads are. It's up to you. Because remember, guys, if you do use that toy, you lose all your exploration XP.
Yep.
The idea in general is to find any non-violent quests. FedEx, which that make me crack up. FedEx, gather up things, etc. Take the Zeppelin or flight path to Orgrimmar and see if there are any quests there. Doing the first 5 levels is the worst. You really want to train professions. Do Darkmoon Faire as soon as it arrives, assuming you have professions. If you need money to buy professions, sell the Darkmoon Faire boxes. You can also fish up junk, and it is a really fast way to sell the junk that you get out of fishing and some fish, and it will easily pay for all of your professions. I'm not sure about the level requirement for the Children's Week quests. It used to be level 10, and personally, she's never even done them. Horde side, so it's all new to her.
Yeah. So just going on that, Darkmoon Faire says Darkmoon Faire fishing does pay well, which is a bonus thing. Let me just go back. There was something. big thing. Yeah, definitely. Unequip your weapons. That's the best thing. I think from memory on Passy Leeta, who was akin to Khrys's Pacifist, we were both leveling our passies at the same time. And I had the starter dagger, and I'm pretty sure I had a fish. So the dagger, I only had the one, and it was there if I needed to sap anything. That was it. The fish was there, just cause. Just goods. I think I ended up changing the fish to the bouquet of flowers when that came in. But that was a good thing. The other thing that Ferre had mentioned in chat was about don't put your action bars on until you get to a certain spot. So if you're not doing the starting zone, that you're just getting yourself to the point of whether it's Bloodhoof or to Thunderbluff. God, phew. Mental moment. You know, certainly you might want to not put anything on your bars until you get somewhere safe. From memory, it's been a little while since I've played a Tauren, and I'm gonna say that the path down to Bloodhoof should be fairly okay. I've got a feeling there might be a couple of cougars or wolves, but that might be from the path from Bloodhoof to Thunderbluff. I'm pretty sure there's at least one that pats close to the road, so that might be the one that you really need to keep an eye on, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the cougars. So keep an eye on that.
And then that mean horn strider.
Yeah. Yeah. That, like...
because he pats next to the named one.
Yes. Yes, which I can't think of its name.
I think it starts with an M, but I can't remember.
Mancini or something?
It's... yeah, something.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't think of what it is off the top. So, again, you know, those are little bits and pieces that might help you to get across to there. I think the other thing, which is the biggest thing that we've got to deal with now, as opposed to, because there's been so many changes over the years with Blizzard, you know, changing stuff in game, is proximity kills, which is the thing that will utterly devastate someone. And I know, Khrys, when we were both leveling our tunes, and I know from hearing Ferre talk in the many times that she's been on talking about Pacifist, that proximity kills, it's stressful. And yes, Ferre has been a victim of that. And there's actually one tune in today's State of the Challenges that seemed, whether that is the case, but there's been some kills and killing blows that has happened to that tune that I kind of, when I saw it, you know, my whole insides just went, oh damn. So to be very careful when you're around other people. I'm fairly fortunate playing US server. I'm normally playing on off times, which is a bonus. It can be a bit two-folded at times, but when I'm playing a pacifist, it can certainly be good because you're over here, you know, there's normally not a lot of people around. So if I want to go herbing, I don't need to stress about there's 20 other people around me. So that kind of thing. If I want to go down to Darkmoon Faire, There's normally, there might be a handful of people as opposed to US prime time that you might take a toon down there and, there's like 20, 30 people, etc. So, keep those things in mind as well. If you are playing multiple toons, challenge toons in particular. So if you're going to sit down and you go, oh, I need to play my Iron, my Passy, and my Green Man, I would highly suggest, and I'm pretty sure both Khrys and Ferre would possibly agree with me, play your Pacifist first.
Yes.
Play your Pacifist first, because you go into it. This is how I always did it. I was like, okay, I go into it, I'm starting with the toon. I know I'm not going to kill anything on, so I'm utterly focused on the fact of what do I need to do. I'm making sure I'm doing the quest, that I don't have to kill anything, doing my dailies, do whatever I need to do. Then I'm finished with what I need to do, log off, jump onto my Iron, my Blood, whatever it is, kill. The times when I have jumped on and reversed it, not that I have ever done this, but I did do it on I think it was a Blood and an Iron, that I got confused who was who. So thank God it was not the Pacifist, because I probably would have that would have been it. But the main thing is, if you play the thing that you're not going to kill, then you can jump onto the toons that you've got the ability to kill with, instead of thinking, oh, well, go kill, and now all of a sudden I've got to sit here and be calm and not kill anything. I found for me it worked out better to do Pacifist, whatever work I wanted to do on Pacifist first, and then jump over to other toons. So, strong tip from me to you. And Ferre says, yep, I deliberately remind myself, this is a Pacifist. Exactly. Mrs. Rockgrewer says, my alliance pacifists, once they get to level 15, they are based in Chilwern Camp, Eastern Plaguelands, mining and herbing spots. Fantastic. Look, there are so many good spots. Plaguelands, fantastic. If you're going over to Mop, where's our most favourite spot?
Mop.
Where's our most favourite spot?
Hello.
We love Heartlands over there in Mop, and just going round and round and round and round and round. Picking up the herbs.
Go look at the giant carrots. And, really quick to add on to something that Leeta said, she did a rogue and my pacifist is a druid. I had nothing on my bars from the moment I started, except for heals and stealth, and that's it. So I had no weapon because I was a druid, and there was nothing. I don't care what button I hit, it was going to be a heal. Because I did not want the ability, plus my main is a druid, so I was playing exactly the same class as what my main is, and my main's a bear. So I wanted no confusion. Everything, if it was on my bar, it was a heal or a stealth, or it just wasn't there.
Yep. And I would say the same. I had the absolute, every time a ding and they'd be like, have this spell, I'm like, no, get rid of it every single time. So I just had sap, because I was rogue, sap, like vanish, like just the oh shit buttons, the I'm in trouble, I need to get out of here, and anything like that. If I had to run quickly, everything else I did not have on my bars at all. So just go with your bare necessities. Damn, it's a good toon name right there. good one. Yeah, so just like break it down into your absolute stuff. Don't have anything on your bar. If you're working with hotkeys, I have my oh shit buttons hotkey to my mouse, so that if I had to vanish, if I had to stealth and sap, it was all hotkeyed onto my hotkey buttons, which I use for every single toon. So it doesn't matter if I'm on a challenge toon, it doesn't matter if I'm on a normal toon. If I need to go, hot damn, I've got to do something and get out of this situation, that button is exactly the same on every single toon. So that way, muscle memory, I know I just got to push that button and I'm out. So I find that's really, really helpful. Now with I'm sure you guys have got more stuff in the chat, but let me talk about why we've dropped it now. And it's been, as I said, Blizzard keeps throwing stuff to us. This is coming up, this is coming up, this is coming up, and it's the best we could do is to drop it now. Otherwise things are going to get too chaotic with stuff that is coming up. So we have got so there's two things that will help benefit your pacifist in the next couple weeks. So it's 2-week contest. We've got, starting in a couple of days, is Children's Week. Now, Children's Week has always been a great component for pacifist. I've done it many times on not only challenge toons but on normal toons. A lot of that stuff is great because it's just hand in this quest, go see this, go see that, and none of that stuff is counting as kills, etc. So the problem is it is starting at the time of this recording. There is no updated guide on Wowhead as to Children's Week. Okay, so I'll give you the link. This is at this stage. Under the world events, they have got the dates and everything for Children's Week, saying yes, it's coming. It starts on 29th, goes until, Children's Week is normally 1 week. But the guide for it at this stage has not been updated. So we know that world events have been revamped. We know they did that with Noble Garden. There was changes. We also know with Lovers in the Air there was changes. Was there another one? Just those two?
No, I think those are only two so far.
So we're fully expecting that there's probably going to be some changes. We don't know because there's nothing. Like, Children's Week is starting in literally a couple of days' time and there's no information at this stage. So I don't know. What I would strongly suggest is, if you want to look when it goes live, please do not do this on your challenge toon. Go and suss it all out on one of your normal toons, on your scout. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have time to write a update for the website for it, because it drops while I'm at work, and work is just crazy. It's fantastic. Have we won Lotto yet, Khrys?
Seriously, my goodness.
Anyone got any numbers? Please let both Khrys and I know. I don't know if I'm going to have time. By the time I get home, it's late, and I'm normally pretty buggered. because at the moment we are running a team. We're at 40%. Our team. So, and it's been like this for quite some time. So we're just utterly exhausted. So, if not, so please go test it. If there's anything to share, Discord or the forums are probably the two best ways to do it, to let people know, hey, this is what's happened, etc. I might not even get a chance to log into the game to have a look at Children's Week until next weekend. So, but we can certainly, the most up-to-date would be to jump into Discord. Other than that, certainly if you want to post something over on the forums, go for it. If you found anything, if there's something that's good, big changes, etc., to let everyone know, to be aware. But as I said, as of the time of this recording today, there is no update on Children's Week, on the guide for Children's Week that they normally put out, a guide for all the world events. So tread cautiously, please.
Scout it out with a normal tune.
Exactly. That is Ferre's one of her most favourite sayings. If in doubt, scout it out. Alright. And the other thing is Darkmoon Faire is also starting in next weekend. So Darkmoon Faire will kind of be like the second week of the contest. And Darkmoon Faire can certainly help to get your little toon started with some gold, etc. So it doesn't start this week. So if you're struggling to get, to level or to get a little bit of gold to go get yourself some training, whichever, there are ways and means. But like Ferre said, a really good way is to take up fishing, go fish somewhere, and just fish, and then vendor what you get. Sometimes you might fish up something that's you're like, I can put that on the auction house. I made the most money on my Pacifist than any other challenge zone by herbing and mining and fishing and just putting pretty much everything on the auction house. So for a Pacifist toon, it can be very profitable. The other thing is also to keep aware of, you don't have to put it on the auction house. Sometimes you're not going to get the money through the auction house, but if you go vendor it, you'll get more money. So
Absolutely.
Keep those things in mind. Alright, I think we've given... Anyone got any questions about the contest? While we're doing that, do you want to read, we'll talk about our weeks in WoW. Ferre did have some stuff down. Do you want to read Ferre's thing while I cough?
I got you. Let's see what Ferre did this week. Well, actually, I guess it'd be like the last 2 weeks. Ferre spent some time finishing up the trading post by doing the Outland activities during Time Walking Week. Very nice job. Fishing and doing 15 quests. Her Night Elf Druid working toon hit 64. Woman, you are a beast. And our human pacifist rogue is very close to dinging 70. Booyah.
Fantastic. Hang on. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Hang on. Okay. Hold on, Ferre. Fantastic. That is wonderful. About 1 block away. So close. So close. Tread carefully. Alright. Well, Khrys, how was your week? Or two?
Let's see. Well, my past couple weeks, Plunderstorm's done, so I don't have to worry about that mug anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He surprised me and took my bear, who's actually on Moonguard, and got me ahead of the curve. so
Nice.
I could have the Farrak mount, which I was utterly obsessed with because I love Shadow Flame. The purple is amazing.
Yep.
Did a bunch of, time walking stuff and all that because season 4 started. But I am just living for when Pandemonium starts because this looks so amazing. I am trying to figure out how many normal tunes I can level in 3 months because it's like Season of Discovery but for retail. Yeah. I am so excited about Pandemonium that bring it on. I'm like gonna delete a bunch of tunes, re-roll them for Pandemonium just so I can keep my names because then they'll be regular tunes. I'm just let's go.
Again, there is a lot going on, hence why this is probably our best time at the moment to do it. I mean, the best time was the time we got sick. When we actually had this contest down to do. But
right?
But there was no way that either of us could pull ourselves out of bed to do a show. It just was not going to happen. So, again, it's been a little bit in the works because we had to reevaluate. We had it stated for very early off this year, and we had to pivot. We went pivot.
And this is like the perfect timing because we'll have to be a little careful when the Dark Heart stuff starts to make sure there's nothing old world. But before Pandemonium, this is absolutely the perfect time because then it's gonna be mass chaos, possibly even an old world. So
yeah,
I think we actually ended up with 2 perfect weeks to do this.
Yeah. Well, that's our hope. So, a lot of times people, as soon as the patches drop, etc., people are straight back. So it might be enough that people are like, okay, we know the patch is going to drop here. I'll be back at that time. So, and we'll talk about that in a sec. I will say that the most thing that I have done, I did finish Plunderstorm, and oh my god, did I want to tear my freaking eyes out.
He's still playing it for fun.
Of course. And you know what? And you get to renowned 40, and I'm like, I'm done. That's it. Log out. And then yesterday, part of me, I don't know what I was doing. I was hanging out the washing, and part of me's like, maybe I should just jump in for one match because. But I'm like, I can't. I don't PvP. Even when I try to, I suck. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, Leeta, stop it. You've got too much other things
just
to do.
munch people.
I'm not. Last time I PvP'd was Wrath, and I was hugely into, PvP. I was in Battlegrounds. I got I was doing ranks. I was doing full on PvP in between after we finished raiding. Like, I was hugely into it. Wrath was how many years ago?
Oh, yeah. And
15?
how much arthritis have I gained since then? And, I'm with you.
Like, what is Wrath? 15 years ago.
That's insane. How? No.
I know.
No.
I know, because I still think Wrath is... It was only a few years ago. But, yeah, a lot has changed in that time, including how fast I react. And sometimes I just don't give a shit. That I'm like, you want to kill me? Fine.